Hey everyone, welcome to today's pick a card reading. I have pre-shuffled 3 piles here for you to choose from. The first one is a rainbow obsidian, the second is a labradorite, and the third is a desert rose. So go ahead and take a second to pause the video, focus on the pile that you really resonate with. I will also say, on the topic of the video title, how to feel like you never have to work a day in your life, and by that I'm not talking about quick schemes. I'm not talking about like instant money making things. I mean, that could show up in your spread, but today this is going to be about what you can do to feel your best. It's going to be about inner harmony, mental clarity, things like that, to get you on the road with just feeling good all around, because I'm a true believer in us creating our outcomes and our destiny. So with that, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't, and also give me some feedback in the comments. This video was actually requested by one of my viewers, so thank you for that, and enjoy. Hi Pile 2 and welcome. If you picked this gorgeous, can't really see the rainbow stripes here, but if you pick this rainbow obsidian here, if it was really bright out, you can see it's got nice rainbow stripes in it. This is your pile, so let's just jump right into it. So like I said in the introduction, this is a pick a card for how to feel like you've never worked a day in your life. If you skip through that beginning part or you didn't read the description, I'll just say really briefly that this is about not necessarily like a get rich quick scheme, but more so about like the individual person who picked this pile, and it's more about like well-being. How could you live and feel like you've never worked a day in your life? So let's just get right into it. Okay, so first off, when I looked at this spread, it made me think that the group that probably would pick this would be very water sign heavy, probably leaning more towards the fixed signs or a water sign. I'm not feeling Pisces here. I'm thinking definitely more like Cancer, Scorpio, heavy Scorpio, and if that's not you, that's okay. This could still apply, because I did also feel like there might be some there are elements of fire in here too. Like this is a very like water fire synergy going on. So yeah, so first you have the Wheel of Fortune card here, which if you know anything about tarot, Wheel of Fortune is great. Wheel of Fortune usually indicates good luck, very good success. Wheel of Fortune is also kind of about this isn't really like a forced luck, you know, like you can't, this is not in reverse, so that's a good thing. Like if it was in reverse, it'd be an indication that like the person who is, you know, qualifies for this is really pushing against the grain. In this case it's not, or you know, it's advising not to do that. I did see the Death card here also, so next to the Wheel of Fortune, from my understanding is that because these two were, this is a neighboring card of the Wheel of Fortune, this is showing me that an involuntary change is necessary in order to have a more like beneficial lifestyle. And what I mean by that is like, it could possibly be like an ego death. It could possibly be like what I mean by ego death is like not like death, like, you know, I think people see the Death card, they get a little scared. It's not a bad omen. The Death card is actually the child of great transformers. It's a wonderful thing. You know, experiences that force you to change. So it could be something like, I don't know, like your car breaks down and you really didn't need this right now. You know, this is the last thing you needed. You can't go and get it fixed. At this point, it's just kind of beyond repair. And from that, you have the Wheel of Fortune on your side that's kind of you know, been waiting for you in the corner, like your destiny. Like these things are usually destined to happen, where like unfortunate things come up, and then after that car goes bye-bye, like something works out and you get a new one, or maybe you get one that's even better, or like, you know, your insurance covers something and you have the car of your dreams. Like, it could just be something that's just a superficial example, but something like that. An ego death could also be something like some kind of experience happening in your life that like brings you to your knees with humility, because what I was seeing over here too is that especially with like the Strength card upright, and then you have the King of Cups over here, it kind of made me think that the person who would pick this might be a little what's the word I'm looking for? A little merciless and intense, like maybe has a bit of a temper. I also kind of got that feeling too because the Chariot did show up here, which I think that this reading for me, it happens to be like a doorway, like it's a story and a story and a story. So like I'll definitely try to hit all the points as fast as I can. I did want to make this a shorter reading, but with the presence of the Chariot too, like right underneath the King of Cups, someone who's like a merciless king who wants to ride into victory is really going to experience very short-lived abundance and short-lived opportunities, short-lived success. So I think the person here wants to try to figure out like how to have like more like day-to-day like serenity, more day-to-day inner peace. You know, I feel like the pile that the people who picked pile 1 probably feel like an inconsistency in their days, like things kind of go up and down, up and down. And yeah, that is part of life. Life is about up and downs, but like we could also learn to ride with the wave, you know what I mean? Like we could learn to just kind of coast. Like while things are going bad, you don't need to be feeling bad 24/7. Like you don't need to feel the blow of every single misfortune that kind of comes up. And I think that what pile 1 here has is that they do have a lot of strength. They have a lot of perseverance. Like that's why I said I felt like this person may be Scorpio, or may have some kind of like element like that in their chart, or maybe like a very fixed person, because I see a lot of determination here. I see somebody that is definitely like a go-getter. Like the energy of the Wheel of Fortune card is actually Sagittarius. Like Sagittarius is kind of like, as far as the Sagittarius that I know, like people don't really tell them no. Like they kind of just go out in the world and they just get what they want. It's like, no, you can't go backpack through, you know, the mountains of Spain. Like if there are mountains in Spain, I don't study geography, but you know, they'll be like, oh, that's impractical. Like you can't do that. And like to them it's practical, and for them it works because they have that Wheel of Fortune. They have that like that luck on their side. Where if it's like somebody like me, if I decided to just like get up and say I'm gonna take like you know, like a month in Ecuador and just like go freaking, you know, like backpack it and just see what happens, I things would not work out well for me. That's just me, and it's not because of my lack of experience traveling, or because you know, maybe I'm not like that bilingual or something. It has nothing to do with that. It's just kind of like my opportunities come up in a different way. My train of thinking is in a different way. Like who this comes for, I see this as like somebody that constantly wants like travel, excitement, new opportunities, you know, likes the glitters and gold of the world. And when things don't really go that way, I feel like this person has a tendency to act like it's a huge failure, it's a huge loss, you know. Like with the presence of the Six of Swords here too, I'm thinking that anytime there's some kind of like endeavor that you like really put your heart into and like your money into, and like because this is the Ten of Cups reversed, like the Ten of Cups is like a final like wonderful outcome. Like, you know, when these like things that you plan don't really go well, this person has a tendency to really come out with that reverse. I'm sorry, that's a Knight of Pentacles, and I was calling it the King, but this person has the tendency to be that knight. It's still merciless and all those things, like I took notes, but this person has the tendency to really get very emotionally invested in their thought process, and the thinking is very overloaded. And here the reverse Six of Swords is like that indicates like loss, you know, like woe's me kind of thing, like pity, like a feeling like that, like any kind of like this really overlaps like the positive things that, you know, you plan to experience. And really what like kind of blocks that and gets in the way is just like the undertone of this, like the Knight of Cups. Like, and also the Knight is the reason why I said too, like, is this person might experience like some bouts of like having a temper or something like that, is because the Knights, all the Knights too, and all the different elemental suits, the Knights are usually somebody that is very aggressive, very determined, and very quick moving, which is not a king. A king would be more like slower and steady. And Wheel of Fortune too, like this is a fast moving thing. Like Sagittarius, that's a fast moving energy, that's a burning torch, you know. Death too, involuntary change, like that happens very quickly. Strength too, like I could see a person who is quick thinking and quick on their feet and quick to action, like having a lot of strength and confidence, which is great. And the Chariot too, that's also a very, very fast acting thing. So really what I got here from like the end of the message was pretty much just like, this person would probably benefit, like how to feel like you never worked a day in your life, is to slow things down a bit, get used to having like very, very thorough determination. There's a bit of need for like mental maturity here, you know, like pausing before you think or act kind of thing. And I think that's something that the viewer might already be like aware of or kind of want to work on, you know. Not so much having such a fixed mindset, but rather than being so fixed on something, being so fixed on an idea, rather kind of just like accepting the wheel spinning, you know, like accepting like wherever like this lands on the wheel, like whatever luck it hits. And like sometimes it's not a good day, you know, sometimes, you know, you plan a hike and it just like downpours, you can't go anymore. Like it doesn't mean that you can't find peace in the solitude. You know, it's kind of just like nature's way of giving you an indication that it's time to relax. And also not getting so emotionally defeated, you know, thinking more practically, like using your practical best thinking. And that's pretty much what I get from this. I pretty much just see like an adventurer, somebody who wants life to be a main episode all the time. But you know, when you're watching like an anime, sorry if there's no anime fans out here, but even with regular TV, I think so, there's like filler episodes. Like it's not the major story arc, but like you want everything to be a major story arc. And you might be hiding behind that with your like emotional temper and like your emotional defeat, you know. There might be some underlying things going on there, and you might be using this determination, this strength, this go-getter, this like I'm gonna climb the top of the mountain kind of thing, as like a, you know, like a defense mechanism. So we might get more about that, because I am going to just shuffle some oracle cards. I do want to shuffle this astrological deck just for like planetary confirmations, just things like that, like see the general energy of like the planets and the astrological signs that show up. This one looks like it wants to come out. And this is the Sun, which this actually makes sense, because this says fortitude, but this is actually, technically it's the Strength card. The Sun and the Strength card, like that's the planet for the Strength card. So yeah, this person has a lot of strength, a lot of like what is that word I want to use, like vigor. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but like this person's vigilant, you know, like pushes through the pain. Like I like that a lot. I think that I kind of like took some notes on that too, like you know, just want to check really quick, like Yeah, like the energy of like strength, and then like with the death card too, like surviving the destruction of time, slow and steady, working up to things. And I think that would really benefit this person. And let's see if maybe we get like an astrological card. We got Venus. So yeah, to me this is also an indication, like just tapping into your heart chakra, listening to what your heart really wants, listening to what your body really wants. Like maybe there's like a love that you're kind of running away from, maybe like some kind of like broken heart, or maybe it's even just kind of like, you know, that things are headed somewhere with somebody and you kind of just don't want to focus on that right now. But what I see in this reading too, like, because like I said, this is just like a doorway into a doorway into a doorway with this reading. This spread is great. Very complicated, and I only intended to do this quickly. I feel like there's a future of a very successful relationship here, and that is if this person kind of isn't so merciless, you know. You have the potential of a Ten of Cups reunion. You have the potential of you know, like not overthinking, and you have the potential of driving straight home with the Chariot. But I also want to just say that the Chariot is an indication of temporary victories. It's about temporary victories. This is not like a, you know, like a long-term thing. This is like you had the steadiness and you know, you had the patience, and then you rode into victory. But as you know, in any battle, a victory is just temporary until somebody starts to try to claim the South again. Anyway, I think I want to just do one more card pull. And this is going to be a small one. Sorry, I was just picking like what deck I wanted to use, but I don't really feel like the one that I grabbed really best suits the energy here. I feel like this is a really like masculine, this is a really masculine spread, and maybe, you know, either you're male, you identify as male, or the person watching this is like inquiring about a male, and you know somebody that this sounds like. That could be the case. So I just want to see like the overall energy of the spread here with another tarot deck. Just one more. Oh, let's see. Six of Pentacles. Can I have clarification on the Six of Pentacles? Spirit, can I have clarification on the Six of Pentacles? The Emperor. Yeah. This is definitely a male energy. This is definitely a masculine energy. Emperor card, actually, I can tell you really quick about that. Just really interesting. It's funny too, because when I was shuffling this deck, I don't know, I just kind of got the image of the Emperor in my head. And I will tell you right now, so the Emperor is authority, a successful end, rule has been firmly established. So this is a firm, unwavering person. This is a strong, fast forward, push forward kind of victory energy. I think it's really interesting. But the thing is too, is that like, because you had the just to diverge really quickly, like the Emperor to me always has the energy of the kings, of like all the kings in those suits, the kings in each element, all four in the tarot. And because you have the Knight in reverse here, the Knight of Cups was in reverse. And like I said, that's usually somebody who does things very impulsively and very quickly. There is a need here with the Emperor coming out as just the final energy and clarification, like the final advice on how to live like you never worked a day in your life, is to just really cut the crap with the impulsiveness and the really the mercilessness. it's going to behoove you to really be slow and steady, especially with your financial advances and any kind of romantic advances, your travel. So I feel like, yeah, this really for me just covers travel, money, and relationships. So I think the overall message here is just allow that emperor part to come through, you know, like, because a young man is gonna think like very like hastily, like very quick, and wants like a quick ending and a quick victory, when in reality, like, a king is going to be slow and steady. A king is going to have patience. You know, they're going to do things with a bit more integrity and a lot more faith. So with that, I hope you enjoyed this reading. This was a fun one for me, and thank you for watching. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome. If you picked the glittering labradorite slab, then this is the reading for you. Alright, we'll get right into it. So, off the bat, I think that I feel a very strong feminine energy coming from this group. So you don't have to be, but I feel like this is probably a woman, someone who identifies as female. And here I feel like there's a decision that you want to make, or you feel like you need to make in order to find happiness. So we'll get into that. I'll explain that a little bit to you. Let me just look at my notes here. All right, so first off, I feel like this person's worst fear is being judged by others. I feel like that probably holds you back a lot from making decisions. Either that, or like you're judging somebody else. I feel like you feel like you have the right to judge somebody else right now. Like, you feel like you're in the right. You're worried about being judged by others, but like, you have a tendency to judge others, as we all do. We all go through this. I also see that you have a hard time grounding your ideas, and you change your energy often. So I feel like, Pile 2, you have a tendency to flip-flop on like what you think you might want to do, and that was indicated to me through the 8 of Wands there. So if you could see, like, upright, this cat is like shooting off like a bunch of different wands, like into the universe, like into space. Like, they have all these ideas, and like they have a little ritual like around them, and they like cast their little circle. And I feel like you have a lot of ideas and a lot of judgments, or a lot of thinking, and you know, just like, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say expectations, because it doesn't feel like you have a lot of expectations. It just kind of feels like you have a lot of projects. Like, you have a lot of because here the 8 of Wands is, it's backed by fire. It's backed by fire. So you have a lot of like actions that you want to take, and I feel like you have a very difficult time like choosing which one, and like which one you want to ground in reality. I'm also seeing that being backed up by the reverse sun too. That you have a very difficult time accepting yourself and others for who they really are. Maybe, you're having a hard time accepting a situation or other people involved in the situation. Or maybe, no, that's how I feel. I don't really feel like I'm kind of getting the feeling that you're not so hard on yourself, but like you're being hard on yourself over like a situation that you're in. I do feel like this might be some kind of like affair, some kind of like relationship affair. And I feel like you are in a place where like you feel you have the right to judge your partner, you know. I feel like you have a lot of ideas of like what you might do, or like how you might end things, but you know, you kind of go back and forth about like, I'm gonna do it, now I'm not gonna do it, I'm gonna wait for this, I'm gonna wait for that time. Like, you have a lot of plans, you have a lot of like ducks in order to like execute this final decision. And with the Justice card here too, like, it doesn't just show that like you feel like you're justice, like you're bringing the justice, like, you know you have a right to judge this situation. I also see the Justice as kind of like an indication that like you feel like there's an urgency to make a decision right now. And I also see here too with like the Four of Wands that you have a fear of moving on, you know, which is why like you feel like being pushed to make a decision right now, but you're scared to move on with the decision, or you're kind of having second guesses because you feel like right now might not be the time to make that decision. And I could also see that like with the Tower upright, that you are looking for a new opportunity. You're looking for that Tower moment, because usually like with the Tower in reverse, it means like an involuntary change. Like it just kind of means like this person wasn't expecting it and the change is necessary. Something kind of just happened to you. You're kind of trying to push against the change even happening. And sometimes like even in reverse too, it kind of means that like you're responsible for the changes that you're experiencing, but I feel like you want some kind of outside influence to just make it where it's like, that's it, this is final, here's my final push to my decision. And I feel like the thing that might be holding you back from there, like, okay, so like how could you feel like you have like you never had to work a day in your life? And what that really means is just like, how can you live like stress free, like live in abundance, like live happy? And by doing that right now, the mission is telling you that your isolation, and I believe that the person that picked this too is like, I believe you're aware of it, your isolation is your biggest enemy right now. I see a person who I see a person being held back from like lack of communication, or just kind of like the isolation of like the day-to-day, the mundane, you know. And like how are you supposed to have this big explosion where like things are changing, like if you're not really like getting yourself in any situations for like that change to happen? This change is not really going to happen in a closed environment the way that you're expecting it to. Like it doesn't need to just all rely on you like making some kind of executive decision. I feel like the more you get out and the more you put yourself out there, and the more with the Page of Pentacles, this is the Knave of Pentacles, but it's the Page. I feel like the more that you start looking for opportunities, and the more you start understanding your realistic limitations, and the more you get the wheels in motion and take like baby steps, the more that you're going to feel finally that you're in this place of the Ten of Cups, because this is the outcome that I see. Ten of Cups is a great thing. It's actually about working hard for peace and working hard for commitment, and like working out any difficulties. Like it's emotional fulfillment. It could also be like fulfillment of like to be honest, it could be like fulfillment of a sexual partner, a relationship and family, like things like that. This is the rainbow at the end of the tunnel. I know they say the light at the end of the tunnel, but as you can see here, like the Ten of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, it always has a rainbow at the end, because it's beautiful. It's the ultimate fulfillment. You're emotionally fulfilled, your cups are filled, like there's a bunch of kittens here, like the family's feeling good, like you're feeling loved, like and I think that's possible for you. I think this is what you desire, that's what you want. But I think that like this is not something, I feel like it's something that you want to take baby steps towards, and you're trying to figure out if this is something where you should just kind of like blow the lid off, just make a final like big blow. And nobody can really tell you to do that but you know. I'm not here to tell you like, oh, this is what you have to do, or like your spirit guides are saying like do this. Like the growth in your personal spiritual journey is not from your spirit guides or tarot readers telling you like this is what must be done. The growth is when you get a tarot reading, or you have this newfound awareness, right? You have a different awareness of the situation, and then you're able to take that plan and put it into action and do the hard work yourself. That's where the growth comes from. So nobody could sit here and tell you what you got to do, but I could see that this is the situation in you right now. Like you definitely want change, like you definitely feel isolated, and that is 100% holding you back. Like the sun is not out right now for you, like and also this indicates to me like a fake sense of happiness. Like I feel like your view on happiness is very surface level. like, you know, like things look great, things sound great, and you're trying to focus on the positives, but like there's a big lack of emotional fulfillment here, and there's a lot of fire backed up by this, and a lot of ideas. So I see fire cups, I see emotions, mostly determination and ideas for like a greater change. You feel backed up by your decision too, like you feel like you're right, you know, like you have justice backing you up, like something's not right here. And I feel it, you know, like, maybe if I knew you personally, like, I'd probably tell you that you're right. So I do want to do, like, let me see, I want to give you an oracle, card here. Let's just shuffle and, like, see what kind of, like, clarification that you get on this. Like, maybe it will help you with your decision. Let me just grab this one. Okay. I might do two. So the first one I want to do here is Mermaid Messages. Yeah, messages from the mermaids. Okay. Let's see what the mermaids have to say. What could help Pile to find peace and serenity, a rich feeling life, and guide them to that experience of the 10 of Chalices, feeling the contentment, the rainbow at the end. Well, we have patience here. Yeah, so I'm feeling like your answer is probably not like, maybe you even have friends too that are telling you like take immediate action, or like, you know, you feel like you need to do something so quickly and abruptly. Like maybe, you know, especially here too, because you did get the Page of Pentacles, and that is about like taking baby steps towards like new opportunities. Like I feel like for you right now, what your spirit guides and what's aligned with your best option would just to have some to have patience, you know, like maybe try viewing the situation from a different perspective, and kind of just like feeling things out. Like you have the ability to balance things and have harmony here. It doesn't require any kind of intense upheaval. I don't think that there's a tower moment in need for anything to change. I feel like it's all within you. And I think also to like grounding those ideas, you know, like turning this more upright, where like you do have like a lot of ideas and a lot of goals, but like you're not switching so much as to like which one you're gonna follow. Like there are people who definitely can have, like, you can have multiple goals at one time. Like people can focus on different things, and like, you know, you might be the type of person that's able to juggle that. But I think having patience to see any kind of outcome, I think that, and patience over justice too. Like, I know you feel backed up, like something needs to change immediately, but get out there, you know. You don't even have to, like, isolation is just like, to me, I'm not really feeling like this is necessarily like, oh, I'm just like hiding under a blanket for weeks. I think this is kind of more of like the day-to-day activities, like maybe just doing something a little different, like maybe walking in a different neighborhood, or just like going to the beach by yourself real quick, or, you know, like doing something like that, or like, you know, phoning a friend you haven't talked to in a bit and just kind of like making plans like lightheartedly, things like that to kind of like inspire you and get you out of a different headspace, because you definitely want things to change. This could just be about like, this could be like school related, and for a lot of you, I feel like this is about a relationship. And what I mean by like school is I feel like some of you are probably like going in a direction where you don't see, like, you're not feeling that fulfillment or the results that you thought you would from like the initial stages of the project, pretty much is how I'm feeling. And that also applies to the aspect of whether or not this is a relationship too, like not feeling like those, like, not feeling like you did in the beginning, having a lot of ideas, like trying to figure out like what's the best way to leave, like should I leave, should I stay, kind of thing like that. I think communication is always the best option here too, like in reverse of like the isolation is just like letting your voice be heard, and taking your time to really view the situation. It's funny too, because I feel like a lot of the I feel like the past few piles have been like very, very they've been like very, very action-based people. Like they're like immediate action type people, and I think that's kind of funny. And then I want to just do one more. Like, let's see, like, if you have any warrior guidance here. like overall energy of this reading, overall energy of what you're feeling, and overall energy of how to find that peace and richness and serenity that you deserve. She rests to create. Yeah, rest. Don't make an impulsive decision right now. Rest to create. Rest to create a better vision. Get your goals in line more, like, and actually follow through with the goals that you have too, because I don't think that they're, I think they're like actually backed up. I don't think that they're nonsense. I think you have like good practical goals in mind, and I think you just need a little more time too to figure out like your next steps and what you're gonna do. But ultimately, whatever you end up doing, without being careless and impatient, I see that there's a really good outcome for you. Like, this is your desired outcome, and also like I don't believe that it would show up too if it wasn't something that was completely possible. So this is in your future. It will require patience, and it will require just some rest on your actions right now. But don't let your determination and your desire to like really make some moves right now make you feel bad. Stay in the loop. Stay in the loop right now. Don't stay isolated. Stay in the loop, because it's going to help you like get through this right now. And that's pretty much all I have for you, Pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I feel very energized from this one. I really enjoyed doing that for you. And if you like this too, please give it a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe if you have not already, because it really does help my channel. And that way, when I post new videos, you will be the one to know. So yeah, with that, thanks. Hi Pile 3 and welcome. If you chose the Desert Rose Crystal here, this is your spread. So let's get straight into it. So off the bat, the feeling that I get is that this has a lot to do, like the word competition kept coming up. So I don't know, like, if you feel like in competition, or you feel like a competitiveness with like a partner that you have, or like maybe you're feeling some competition at work, and you're having a hard, like you feel like it's just ruining your life, you know. I feel like this might actually have a lot to do with business matters. I don't know, I'm just like really getting the feeling that whoever picked this like hates their job. I know that everyone hates their day job, you know, but I just feel like right now you're going through a lot of conflict, and you feel like justice needs to be served. Like, you feel like the people that are making you miserable, this is your thoughts, like you think that these people are causing your misery. I feel like you think that some justice needs to be brought to the situation, and like I feel like you don't really believe that that's possible, like because it's underneath the hermit, it's underneath the Hanged Man too, and like the Hanged Man is not seeing things from a dual perspective. Like, this is not somebody willing to see things from a different point of view. So what I get here too is like with the Four of Pentacles is that I see somebody in this pile preparing for something. Like, I feel like preparing for the worst, or like preparing for the winter of their life. And then moving on to the Five of Swords, that's where I see like you feeling like there's some kind of competition necessary, and I feel like you probably relate to the person with the bronze trophy here. Like, I don't know why my eyes just went to her instead of the others. Or you're feeling like you're being pushed towards like some kind of competing in order to like be successful, or I feel like Pile 3, you probably think that your success and how to like live rich or live with peace of mind is thinking that you need to be like super financially successful, and that's not the case here. So I did add that in the description a little bit, and I have talked about it in the opening, is that is not something that you need to feel like you've never worked a day in your life. Like, it's all about your well-being. Like, how are you gonna get there to your own personal inner well-being? So I saw a few things here. I saw a lot of like mixed feelings. experiments of thoughts, like a lot of like ego-based decisions. I feel like there's a lot of egotistical people that you're dealing with, and it's kind of forcing like that egotism to come out of you too, and like make your decisions and your reactions like very ego-based. And this is not a good opportunity for you. It's just not, you know, like I feel like what you're going up against, like what you're going to bat with here, it's not worth it. It's not a good opportunity. I feel like you're looking for the truth. I also see here too that like I'm feeling kind of like you feel stagnant, like you feel like the martyr a little bit, like you need to like you need to show them like how hard you work and how hard you're dying for the outcome of these things to work. And I don't, like, maybe this could even be like that relationship aspect too, like you need to show somebody or some kind of authoritative figure is really what I'm getting here, like somebody, because I see that with the King of Wands reversed, like that is absolutely like a very intense, like ego-based, like conflict-driven person. I feel like you're dealing with somebody where you feel like you need to prove yourself, or you know, you're kind of like licking your wounds, like look at me here, like look what I'm doing, like look how this is affecting me, and it's not getting better. And the truth is I think this is showing up like Spirit is trying to tell you that like if things were corrected in that place, like it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change the bigger problem. It doesn't make things any better. Like you either need to get up and leave, or you need to change your perspective on things and focus on like what you can do. You know, you shouldn't be spending all your time, like your downtime, like preparing for this winter of your life. Like look at her. She's like, oh my God, is everything stocked okay? Do I have everything I need? You know, I'm feeling bad for myself because I'm not getting the recognition that I deserve. And you do have the Knave of Swords here, which is that's a good thing. Like this is somebody with like bright, fresh, new ideas, like that have been undeveloped, you know, so I feel like you're trying to like bring those new, fresh perspectives into a situation, and you're kind of just being blocked by like the King of Wands energy here. Somebody's just not having it, not hearing it, like you're dealing with somebody that's going through like a tyrant phase, and whether or not it's because of like the outside influences on their life that are causing them to live in this headspace right now, it's kind of making things very difficult for you to like detach from the situation, which is why I see the reverse Hanged Man, and then of course the Five of Wands, like that's just all ego conflict. That's pretty much what I feel like you're dealing with here. You have the Ace of Pentacles too, which is it's not a good opportunity. It's not a good investment. Ace of Pentacles, like upright, that's usually like a place of like financial abundance. Like it's a good sign. It's like a fresh start to like material wellness, like whether or not it's like stability and success and a new beginning in a relationship, like building on the new foundation of something that's going to be very successful, but this doesn't have the potential for you to build anything on top of. It's just not worth it. And don't be disillusioned here too, because I see the Moon card. Like, yes, she does look very pretty, and like you're turning inwards, you're trying to listen to your intuition, but your intuition is being blocked right now by like your anger for demanding justice for the situation, and I don't blame you. But right now, like I feel like your head might be you're dealing with some kind of disillusion. Not like you're delusional. That's not a nice way to put things, you know. I'm not saying that. I'm saying like you're trying to listen to your gut and you feel backed into a corner. Your gut's not really able to be there for you right now and be like your reliable confidant like it should be, you know. And I think that this is the key to you feeling rich in your life. Like this is the key to feeling like you never worked a day, you know. Why work towards a broken cause? Like either you show up in this situation, whatever it may be, you show up and just be like, this is what I'm putting in, this is all I got, I'm proud of it and I'm happy with it, or you move on, you know. And I wanna try, let's pull an oracle card too and like see what you get here. I wanna do this one here. I feel like it kind of fits the aesthetic of the feeling. I feel like I'm backing you up here. I'm upset for you. I'm I'm like, whatever this is, like, this is not fair. It's like draining the life out of you. Like, you should not have to prove yourself like this. So let's see what Spirit has to say about the current situation. What could you do to find that peace of mind and that serenity and that all-around good feeling, that good baseline? Cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. Yeah, pretty much just like surrender to the reality of the situation. Like, you can't change this. You can change what you do. You can change your course of action, like your viewpoint. That's pretty much all you would do, you know, accept it for what it is and change your mind. And if it's something that you absolutely can't accept, which you have a right to do, then go on and move. Because that's the concoction here. This concoction is like, I also saw something too about like somebody trying to use like ego and manipulation to like control a situation, which seems to be like a common theme coming up in a lot of these spreads. Like, you know, like your worst thinking and your worst self kind of coming out. Like, that's not necessary. It's not going to work because like the alchemy of the situation here is it's too fire based. Like, it's outweighing whatever you got up your sleeve. You know, I think that you are probably, you might be an air sign. You might be an air sign who's fed up and has had enough. Or you might be an earth sign and you're dealing with a lot of fire here. I feel like you're dealing with a lot of like masculine based like pushing and forcing. Like, you're dealing with like, I don't know, maybe like I want to say like a patriarchy kind of situation here. You're upset and you're not going to change that. You change it by being the change you want to see. You know, like, that's what I mean. Like, I don't mean to say like, oh, well, we can't change like, you know, the constructs of the society. What I'm saying is that like, we change it by being the change that we want to see. You know, if we don't like something, we get up and we go make a new place. Like, I'll go make a new table to sit at if I don't really like how I'm being treated by you guys, that kind of thing. I want to give you another, I'm going to give you one more oracle too. I think this is like the only pile that got an extra oracle card because I feel this. I'm going to give you a goddess guidance. Let's see what goddess message is meant for you right now in this current situation. Oh, you have bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as a lake, river, or ocean, to recharge your battery. Yeah, it's time to recharge your battery. You might even live near the water. You might like live near a beach or something. Or if you can't, like, it might be time to just like take a nice salt bath for yourself. I apologize for the dog screaming. 1 second. Yeah, so, I mean, like, yeah, if you don't live near water, like, you might want to just spend some time, like, taking a nice, like, bath soak. Like, that might be something that you enjoy doing. I know that it's, like, I hate to be like, oh, just take a bath. Like, that's not fair, you know? Like, I know that there's, like, something bigger at hand going on right now, and you're feeling kind of, like, you know, like, this day-to-day conflict that's just, like, draining you, and taking a bath isn't gonna fix everything, but like it's a relaxing situation for you to just soothe yourself in the meantime. I don't feel like that's enough. I want to give you another one. I want to give you something for your mental state. So that's for your physical body. Let's see what your mental state needs to help with the situation that you're dealing with. So give me a card for mental clarity on the situation to find peace and serenity. Inner strength. Nope. Whoa, okay. You have compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everybody. Yeah, at the end of the day, everybody who's just a huge jerk is really just going through something. Learning to have compassion for the worst people that you've ever met in your life is something that could be very difficult and very challenging, but having compassion and like moving on, that's the best thing you could do. Just most of all, have compassion for yourself. You know, be nice to yourself. Like, you're not a loser. You don't need to like over prep for things. Like, you're good enough. You're doing the best that you can. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not putting in enough work, or, you know, like they're taking the brunt end of everything. Like, you don't have to over prepare. You need to just do what you're capable of doing. Just do your best. That's pretty much all I'm getting here. Maybe, you know, look into some meditation too. You know, I don't care if you hate when people say like, well, just meditate. You know what I hate? I hate when people tell me, I'm like, oh, I'm in pain, they're like, do some yoga. I don't want to. I don't like to. I've tried it. I prefer working out, but maybe I'm that person that's telling you, oh yeah, just do a meditation. But you know what? For me, meditation is like, sometimes I fall asleep. Sometimes I just hold my favorite crystal. I listen to like a 5-minute meditation, or I even just listen to binaural beats or just some kind of like meditation music. And I get what I need from that, just to like assist my brain in turning off for a little bit. And once your brain is turned off, I feel like you're gonna be a lot more clear, a lot more decisive on like how you want to take care of yourself and what boundaries you want to set and how you want to move on from this situation. So with that, I really hope you enjoyed this reading. I love you. I don't know you, but I love you. I connected to this. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, so you can get updates on all my videos that I'll be posting. And thanks for watching.